We'll start today on our mat in a comfortable seat. Be sure to pull that flesh away from your sit bones so that you're starting with a stable foundation. And be sure to draw that navel in towards the spine, engaging the abdominal muscles, which will help protect that back. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards the sky, and bring your shoulder blades together and down your back, placing the hands on the thighs. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades together and drawing them down. Close your eyes and start to become aware of your breath. Allow that breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to bring the breath into balance by making the inhale the same length as the exhale. With each inhale, the spine grows tall, and then as you exhale, keep the length in the spine, but just begin to allow your body to soften. So relax the shoulders away from the ears, relax your jaw. Allow those knees to just gravitate towards the floor. Today's class will focus on balance. So I wanted to read a quote to start us off. Love but let go. Set boundaries, but let others in. Spend time alone, but also with friends. Do things for others, but also take care of yourself. Find balance. So for some people that could sound confusing. Love but let go. Are those opposite things? Set boundaries but let others in. What this quote is reminding us is that we personally have to find our own balance. What works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. And finding balance, it's not something you're born with. It's something that you work at. So it's also a practice. Really, we need to find balance in everything in life, whether it's with our boundaries or with activities that we do, with foods that we eat, with self-care and caring for others. It's just balance is everywhere. And if you feel out of balance, really take a few moments to think about it, or more than a few moments. Take the time that's needed to find what works for you. So we will be working with balance on the mat today, and hopefully through that we can come off of our mats and find more balance in our everyday life. When we are unbalanced in a yoga pose, we fall out of it. And when we are unbalanced in life, something similar typically happens. Something goes wrong, and our body or our friends or something else kind of lets us know things are out of balance. And then we need to take the time to correct that, whatever it is for you. Bring your hands together at the heart, Anjali Mudra, prayer position. We'll breathe together 3 times, and on the third exhale, share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And for the third time together, inhale. Om. Bow your head. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open your eyes, looking forward. We're going to start today laying down. I'm going to stay seated for the beginning, but I want you to go ahead and lay down on your back. Legs extended out nice and long, arms by your sides. So make sure you're comfortable. And we're just going to start today with a quick body scan. And when we do a body scan, it's not a time for you to try to diagnose a pain or analyze an ache. It's simply a time to be aware. So no need to analyze anything, no need to judge anything. So just starting with your toes, become aware of those toes. Just check in with them. Bring the awareness to the bottoms of the feet and the tops of the feet. How are the ankles today? Checking in there. And now bring your awareness to the calves and the shins. And check in with your knees. The fronts of the thighs, the backs of the thighs. Bring the awareness to the bottom and the belly. Checking in now with the mid-back, the upper back, and your chest. How is the neck today? The head and the face. Moving back down the neck, bring your awareness to your shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, forearms, and wrists. And now bring your awareness to your hands and your fingers. And as you inhale, arms come up overhead until the thumbs touch the floor behind you. And then as you exhale, arms come back down by your sides. So you're moving with your own breath here, at your own pace. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, arms come back down by your sides. There's no need to rush here. The next time the arms are by your sides, you can pause there. Hug the knees into your chest. You can rock side to side here, giving yourself a back massage. Become still, and then begin to rock head to tail. And you can go back and forth a few times and bring yourself up to seated, or just use your arms to bring yourself up. We're going to come right over the knees to all fours, hands and knees. So remember, when you're on all fours, those knees are just hip width apart. They are slightly behind your hips. Hands are shoulder width apart, and they are slightly forward of your shoulders. Press down through the toes. So the feet are flat, the tops of the feet are flat on the mat, and you're pressing down through the tops of those toes, as well as your fingers. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, shift the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, coming to extended child's pose. As you inhale, come up all fours. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, up all fours, hands and knees. Continue to move with the breath at your own pace here. The next time you shift back to child's pose, pause there, keeping the elbows up off of the mat. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to walk the hands out to the left as you bow out the right ribs. To get a deeper stretch, you can place the right hand on top of the left. Start to walk the hands back towards the center of your mat. And then on the next exhale, walk the hands out to the right, this time bowing out the left ribs. Walk the hands back to center. Bring yourself up to all fours. On your next inhale, the right arm sweeps out parallel to the mat. The thumb points to the sky. And then if it's okay for you, that left leg sweeps out. So you're reaching through the left heel, reaching through those right fingertips. Draw the navel in. And we find balance as best we can. Make sure you're breathing. Lower the right hand, lower the left knee. Take a moment to shift back to child's pose, and then bring yourself back up, all fours. On the next inhale, the left arm sweeps out parallel to the mat, thumb points to the sky, and if it's okay for you, the right leg sweeps out. Breathe here. Don't forget to press through the tops of those toes on the left foot to help with the balance. Lower the left hand, lower the right knee. Shift back to child's pose, and then bring yourself back to all fours, hands and knees. From here, we're going to move into downward facing dog. So curl the toes under. Start to shift the sit bones towards the wall behind you. Lift the knees just a bit and then press back through the heels, coming to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. So Shwana is dog, and Adho Mukha, downward facing, and then asana at the end for pose. So Adho Mukha, downward facing, Shwana, dog, asana pose. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Start to bend those knees, go back down into child's pose. Bring yourself back up, all fours. Let's do that again. Curl the toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the space behind you. Knees lift as you press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sweep the right leg out behind you for a three-legged dog. Lower the right leg. Sweep the left leg out behind you. lower the left leg. Start to bend those knees. Go back down into child's pose. Bring yourself up all fours, and once again, we'll transition back to downward facing dog. So here, we're going to move into a twist, and I'll show you two options. Option 1, take your right hand to the left side of your mat and just place it kind of halfway between the left hand and left foot. Begin to twist to the left, peeking out under your underarm. To take it deeper, you can take that right hand and grasp the outside of the left ankle. Make sure you're breathing. Take that right arm back, and then we'll do the other side. So take that left hand halfway between the foot and the hand, peek out under your right armpit, or take that left hand to the outside of your right ankle. Don't forget to breathe. And then extend that left arm, coming back to downward facing dog. Start to walk your feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Place the hands on your hips, press down through the feet to come up. So we'll stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. As you inhale, arms sweep up. As you exhale, arms lower. Again, you're moving with your breath, so you don't have to be going at the same exact pace as me. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to add on to the arm raises. The next time you lift, you'll also come up onto the balls of the feet. And then as you exhale, lower the arms, lower the heels. Inhale, we lift, squeeze the calves there. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. The next time you lift, allow the palms to come together to touch. Exhale, lower the heels, bring your hands together at the heart. So we stand in Tadasana with our arms by our sides. Inhale, arms up. Grasp your right wrist with the left hand and let the right palm look to the sky. Press down through the feet. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, begin to tip to your left, feeling a nice stretch in the side body. Bring yourself back up. Switch the grasp. Press down through the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tip. Slowly bring yourself back up, and as you exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, arms up. Grasp the right wrist with the left hand, right palm looks towards the sky. Press down through the feet. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to tip to the left as that left foot comes up off of the mat. So you're making a crescent shape here. You can keep the big toe on the ground as a modification. Lower the foot, lower the arms. Inhale, arms sweep up. Grasp the left wrist with the right hand, left palm looks to the sky. Press down through the feet. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to tip to the right and allow that right foot to come up off of the mat. It's perfectly fine to wobble here. Slowly bring yourself back up, lower the foot, bring the hands together at your heart. Start to shift your weight to your left foot. Don't lock the knee though, keep your knee soft. And allow the weight to just sink into that left foot as if it's grown roots into the earth and you're super stable and secure. The right foot becomes light. You can press that foot against the ankle, calf, or upper inner thigh. Just skip your knee. We don't want to press against the knee. So we don't want to let this left hip jut out. So we press the leg into the foot and we press that foot into the leg. Find a gazing point and just allow the gaze to become soft and watch the breath flow in through the nose and out through the nose. If you feel stable here, as you inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, tree branches can grow. Bring the hands back together up overhead, and then bring the hands to your heart. Lower your right foot, shake your legs out. Come back to Tadasana with your hands at your heart. Begin to shift the weight to that right foot. Keep the knee soft. Left foot becomes light. You can press it against the ankle, calf, or upper inner thigh. Again, we just skip the knee for safety. Press the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Don't let the hip jut out. Navel draws in, crown of the head reaching towards the sky. If you feel stable, arms reach up, and then those tree branches grow. Breathe here. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Bring the hands back together, down in front of the heart. Lower that left foot and shake the legs out if you need to. So I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see me. And we're going to stretch the quads, which we don't do that often in yoga, I find. So if you're near a wall, feel free to hold on to it, or you can focus even more on balance by not holding on. So hands together at your heart, and you're going to shift the weight to the right foot. Bend the left knee and then see if you can reach back and grasp that foot and just draw the heel towards your glute and feel the stretch in the quad. Lower, hands back together at the heart. Shift the weight to the left foot. Bend the right knee. Reach back, see if you can grasp the foot, drawing it in towards the glute. Keep the navel in here, crown of the head reaching tall. lower that foot. So we're going to add on to that. We're going to try dancer pose. This is a challenging balance posture. So I don't want you to be discouraged if you don't get it right away. It's a beautiful pose. I think it's one of the more challenging poses. So I like to just have fun with things like this. So we're standing in Tadasana, hands at the heart. Shift the weight over to that right foot. Bend the left knee. See if you can grasp the foot and just draw it in towards the glute. Reach that right arm towards the sky. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to hinge from the hips. And then you're lifting the left thigh away from the floor as you press the foot into your hand. Of course, breathing the whole time. Slowly bring yourself back up. Lower the left foot. Hands come together at your heart. Shift the weight to that left foot. Bend the right knee. Reach back, grasp the top of that right foot. And if this is where you stay, this is perfectly fine. Inhale, left arm reaches towards the sky. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding. Lifting that right thigh away from the mat as you press the foot into the hand. Sometimes this wall is very helpful. Slowly bring yourself back up. Lower the right foot, hands come together at the heart. Standing at the top of the mat, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward and step back to downward facing dog. So here we're going to float forward to plank, and you can lower the knees. Take your right leg and you're just going to kick it out to the right a little bit so it's diagonal, and then roll to the big toe side of the left foot. Reach the left fingertips to the sky and lift the hip away from the floor. Don't allow yourself to just fall into your shoulder. Breathe. Lower the left hand. Come back to your knee down plank. Next, you're going to kick out this left leg a little bit so it's kicked out diagonally. Roll to the big toe side of the right foot. Reach the right fingertips towards the sky and breathe. Lower the right hand. Come back to your knee down plank. Curl the toes under and shift back to downward facing dog. Sweep that right leg out behind you. Bend the knee and make some nice big circles with the femur bone in that hip socket. Lower the right foot. Sweep that left leg out behind you. Bend the knee. Big circles. And then lower that leg. Sweep that right leg out behind you. Bend the knee. Float forward, bringing that right knee towards the right wrist, right ankle towards the left wrist. Lower your left knee and uncurl the toes. bring your hands in line with your hips. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, start to walk the hands forward. Eventually coming down to the forearms, and if it's okay for you, crossing those forearms in front of you and resting your forehead. Come back up onto the forearms and place your hands right beneath your shoulders. Curl the toes under on the left foot, lift the knee, and we're going to shift back to a three-legged dog. So you'll send that right foot towards the sky and then lower. Sweep the left leg out behind you, bend the knee. Float forward, bringing that left knee towards the left wrist, left ankle towards the right wrist. Lower the right knee, uncurl the toes. So just so you know, it's perfectly fine to kind of wedge a block under the hip that's up. Take a breath in. As you exhale, start to come down to those forearms, eventually crossing them in front of you and resting the forehead. Come back up onto the forearms. Place the hands right beneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under on the right foot, lift the knee, and then shift back to your three-legged dog. Lower the left foot. Start to bend the knees. Go back down into child's pose. And then bring yourself back up to all fours. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to round the spine towards the sky. Inhale, belly draws down to the floor, bottom and the head towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, belly draws down. Come back to a neutral neck, neutral spine, and you'll just come to sit on your heels and then come to sit in Sukhasana, easy pose. So sitting in Sukhasana, be sure to pull the flesh away from those sit bones. Take the left hand behind your left hip, right hand to the top of the left knee. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to twist to the left. Root down. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, slowly come back to center. Take that right hand behind the right hip, left hand, top of the right knee. Root down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Press down through your sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, slowly bring yourself back to center. So you're going to place the soles of both feet on the mat so the knees are bent, sitting on your sit bones. Take your right hand under the right leg and grasp the left ankle. Take that left foot under the right leg and bring the left foot next to your right hip. Flex the left foot. You can stay just like this, or you can pick up your right foot and bring it to the outside of the left thigh, but you must make sure that both sit bones are firmly rooted to the earth here. Take your right hand behind your right hip, wrap the left arm around the right knee. Root down through the sit bones, inhale, grow tall, and as you exhale, twist to the right. If you'd like a deeper version of this, you can take your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, slowly bring yourself back to center. Pick up your right foot, bring it back, and then slide the left foot out. Take your left hand under the left leg, grasp your right ankle. Slide the right foot under that left leg, bringing the right foot next to the left hip. Flex the right foot. Stay just like this, or pick this left foot up, bring it to the outside of your right thigh. Sit bones firmly rooted. Left hand behind the left hip. Right arm wraps around that left knee. Root down, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to your left. And again, if you'd like, you can take the elbow to the outside of the knee. Press down through those sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, slowly bring yourself back to center. Pick up that left foot, bring it back, and then slide that right foot out. So here, we're sitting up nice and tall, knees bent, feet on the floor. Rock back just a little bit to the fleshier part of the bottom, but keep your spine tall. We don't want to round it here. Lift your left foot, followed by the right. So we're balancing here in Navasana, boat pose. If you'd like, you can straighten your legs and reach the arms towards where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. And breathe. Start to bend the knees, placing the feet on the floor. Hug the knees in. We'll do that again. Starting way up on the sit bones, just rock back a little bit to the fleshier part of the bottom. Lift the right leg, followed by the left. If you'd like, you can extend those arms and straighten the legs and breathe. Start to bend the knees. Hug those knees into your chest. So allow the soles of the feet to come together. Knees open up out to the sides. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to hinge from the hips, folding forward. Slowly bring yourself back up. Place the soles of the feet on the mat. Hug the knees and rock back onto your back. Coming to Apanasana. Keep your knees hugged in, but bring the knees out like a V. Take the arms between the legs and grasp the pinky toe sides of the feet. And if you can't quite reach, you can hold on to the calves. Guide the soles of the feet to look up towards the sky. For happy baby, you can rock side to side here. And then take the peace fingers of both hands, grasp your big toes. Make a nice big V with the legs here. And if you'd like, you can rock side to side. Start to draw the legs together, arms come together. And then lower the legs down to the ground as those arms lower up overhead. Take a nice full body stretch here. Bring your arms by your sides, palms face the sky. Before we move into Shavasana, we're going to do another body scan. And again, we're not analyzing anything, we're just observing. So starting with your toes, just check in with the toes after class. The bottoms of the feet and the tops of the feet. Bring the awareness to your ankles, your calves and your shins. How are the knees doing? The fronts of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Bring the awareness now to the bottom and the belly, the low back, mid back, upper back, and chest. Moving to the neck, how is the neck doing after class today? The head and the face. Coming back down the neck, checking in with the shoulders, the upper arms, elbows, hands, wrists, and fingers. Allow your feet to just flop open. Arms are by your sides, palms face the sky, and the arms are a few inches away from the body. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, let it all go. Allow your whole body to just sink into the supportive floor beneath you. Relax your jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. And allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let your eyes rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Let your natural breath take over. Rest in Shavasana. slowly start to deepen the breath, becoming aware of the room once again and becoming aware of your body. You can start to make subtle movements that feel good, like wiggling your fingers and toes and rotating through the wrists and ankles. You can turn that head gently from side to side and stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up. And then roll to the right side in the fetal position, and we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping your eyes closed if you'd like, you can use your arms to bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position facing the front of the room. And once you get there, bring your hands together at the heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for working on balance on the mat. As you go through your day, maybe you'll notice areas of your life that are a little out of balance. And just remember that it actually does take effort on our part to find the right balance for ourselves. So take the time to try to do that. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease and well-being. Namaste.